welcome back to day 6 of my 2017 December daily album. This page is going to be all about my daughter's play she was in for school. It was called The Unity Tree. It was a really cute play. It was about a group of cats and dogs that didn't get along, and at the end they decided that they all needed to be friends. And it was really cute, good thing to have during the Christmas season. So I wanted to make sure I scrapbooked that. Now this picture that I got of the whole group of kids, it was from one of the teachers that took the photo, and so it got chopped off a bit because of the dimensions she had her photo at, and the picture quality isn't the greatest. She sent it to me in an email, and I think it wasn't really the highest quality of photo as far as the image came through, the file size. So it's a little bit grainy, but that's okay. I don't really mind, and at least that I captured all the kids for most part in the play. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it down just a little bit more so I can mount it on a white piece of cardstock, because that's what I've been doing with all of the photos here that came off the Canon Selfie, because they aren't quite 4x6, and I think it looks nice with the white border. So let me do that real quick and I'll be right back. All right, I am back and I have this mounted on the white cardstock now. And because this was kind of a singing play, I did want to include this card here. This is from, I think, the Jasmine Jones add-on kit, or mini kit, I should say, from Ali Edwards. So I'm going to use that because I really like the colors in it, and I also like the fact that it has music on it. And I'm also going to be using one of the half circles from the kit, and I'm trying to decide if I want to put it up here or if I want to somehow get it on here, or maybe even here. I'm not quite sure yet. And then I have this cork number 6, and I think I'm going to use the cork one. I did use the cork one on number 5, day 5 as well. So I just need to figure out how I want to put this. I thought this might even look kind of nice here. So I haven't really quite decided how I want to have this yet. So I'm still playing around, trying to figure out how it's going to look best. And then once I do that, I'll start gluing things down. But that might look kind of nice there too. So maybe I can put it, maybe if I cut it off like that. I don't know, that might be kind of interesting. Something a little different, not all the way at the top of the page. And then I'm going to do some journaling. And I'm thinking about doing journaling strips. I'm not quite sure. I do like how this looks, and I'm not really fond of covering it up, but it does need to get some journaling on there somehow. So I need to figure out how that's going to end up looking. All right. Well, let me think about that a little bit and I'll be right back. Hi guys, I am back and I decided to do my journaling on this card here. Oops, sorry about that. On this card here. And just one of the Ali Edwards main kit cards, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. And so this is all about the play my daughter was in. I think I'm going to make this just a simple flip pocket. And so I'm probably going to use, I don't know, some washi tape maybe. I'm not quite sure. But this is kind of how it's going to look. And then while I was off camera, I also stamped a couple images and embossed them with some gold on this vellum paper here. And I just wanted it to be an accent design. And then I'm going to be using this here on the bottom. And then, or you know what, I might do this instead. Maybe like that. I actually really like that. So I'm going to kind of keep this card plain, just do a little embellishing the top and kind of keep it just like this. Because I really like this, I may do one more or a couple more things over here. I might do one more thing that's embossed with some vellum. So let me look around my stamps and see if I can find something else that will look good on this card. All right, here. So I found these stamps. These are an old Ali Edwards stamps from when she was at Technique Tuesday. And this one is called 'Tis the Season. And I'm going to end up using this and this star. So I'm going to do like 2 or 3 of those stars and then kind of put them on this page and maybe sprinkle them around the other 2 pages as well. So I'm going to stamp that with some VersaFine ink, or Versamark ink I should say. And that's just a really sticky ink that works well when you are embossing. So I'm just going to do a couple of these. But before I do that, I am going to move this stuff out of the way a little bit. And I'm going to use my powder tool to make sure that I don't get too much static. This house is extremely staticky with it being wintertime and all, and we definitely need a humidifier in our house. But until then, this static tool works just fine. And what I am doing is just adding that static, or that powder. It's just like a baby powder. This is from EK Success. Just adding that to get a good clean image. And then I'm using the Versamark ink to stamp with. I'm just gonna do a couple images, probably like 3 of these all together, and then use my embossing powder, and I'll just cut out the ones I want to use. So I'll put that to the side. And then for the embossing, I'm just going to go on the back of this card here. And see, that powder tool works really well. I think I smeared that with my finger a little bit. That's why it's a little off there. But generally speaking, that works really well and it gives you a much crisper image. This is what it looks like without using that powder tool. And you can see that the edges are a lot less crisp. And the one I did with the powder tool, let me get it back again, looks like this. So you can kind of see the difference. Let's see if I can get that in focus. So it's a lot crisper image, this one here. So let me move that out of the way and let me use my heating tool and I'll be right back. So here it looks all embossed. So I'm just going to cut those out and bring these cards back over here. I'll cut that out and then I'll put them around the page. So hopefully you guys had a good Christmas. I am definitely behind on this album. That's okay. I have a couple of days off right now and I'm just trying to do a little bit of catch up. I actually have a crop that's coming up at the end of January and I figure if I can't get that done by the end of my vacation time before the new year, I will just use my time at my crop that I'm going to finish this album up. But either way, hopefully, if all goes well, I'll be done with this album before the end of January, which is what my goal was initially for this project. With work being so crazy and everything lately, I'm just happy to have any time to spend doing it. And my husband's off, and I think I mentioned in a previous video, but my husband's off this week as well, and it's been so long, if ever, we've ever had this much time to hang out together. With his jobs that he's had in the past, he's basically had like no vacation time, or he's even had to work on the holidays, so it is so nice to have him off and for us to spend time as a family together. And also, we just adopted a new kitten today. We went to the animal shelter and picked one out, and he is arriving tomorrow, and me, my daughter, and my husband are extremely excited. He is a white, mostly white-bodied cat, but he's got tabby markings on his forehead, his back, and his tail. He's so freaking cute. And I think we're going to name him Sid. Right now his name is Ricky, but I think we're going to end up going with Sid. It was cute. All of his siblings were like Ricky and Ticky and Mickey and all those kind of things. So I thought it was really cute. There's mostly all in the group were an orange tabby mix, and he was the only one that had the darker tabby markings on him. So the reason why I picked him out actually is because he was real friendly with my daughter and let her hold him for a while. And he was doing, if you're familiar with cats, he was doing his little kneading, or what they call making biscuits, on my daughter. When they're babies and they're with mom, they do this like kneading thing like this, and he was doing that on her, and it was just really, really cute. And he basically was definitely love at first sight, and really somebody or some cat that we thought would work really well with our family. So anyway, he is coming tomorrow. They're bringing him by the house at like 3:45, so we're super, super excited for that. So we're welcoming a new little fur baby into our family. And yeah, that's kind of what's been going on with us. So what have you guys been up to? What have you been doing? Have you guys been off work? Have you had to work this holiday season? Have you been able to spend time with family? Do you get out with friends? Let me know in the comments below what you guys have been up to. I always like hearing kind of stories about what's going on with you guys and learning more about all my subscribers. It's a lot of fun. It's a great community, and it's neat to hear what everybody else is doing. Not just crafty related, but just everyday life related. So please feel free to comment below anything that you've been doing over the holiday season. I'd love to hear about that. And so I'm just finishing this up. I got one more tiny, tiny star. These are probably not the best scissors to be using to trim this out. I would normally suggest using like little cutter bee or fine point scissors. These are a little bit chunky, but they're doing the trick for now. And I almost got it cut out now. I was just basically being lazy and not grabbing my other scissors. So just a couple more turns and I will have this trimmed out. All right. All right, so now I have all that trimmed out. I definitely think I am going to keep this down here on the bottom, and I may staple it down. Right now my staples are silver, but I'm thinking about coloring them yellow to kind of mimic the gold look, so that it would match a little bit better. So let's see here. Now I already have a star on here, and that's why I decided to do these stars, because I thought it would be a good addition. And I know this kind of blends into the background, but I kind of like how it looks. Just gives it a little extra. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just keep it on this card over here. I don't know. Just going to go with that. I'm going to staple this down here. Let me see if I had any more colored staples in my staple gun. No. So what I do to get these colored is I just take a yellow Sharpie, because oh, there is one stapled, I guess still yellow, but I'll color it anyway. So what I do is I just take a yellow Sharpie and color the staples, and then it looks like they're gold. I mean, it's not a perfect match, but at least it looks a little bit better. If you're trying to get away from having them so silvery, this is a good way to do that. So those alcohol markers dry right away, so you can kind of see how that's gold. So it kind of looks gold, and then it matches with the gold a little better. And it's a little bit more yellow gold than, you know, the gold that's in the embossing powder, but I think it does the trick. So let me just stick that in here. I'm just going to stick this right in the middle, as much as in the middle as I can. Make sure it actually is in the middle. That looks pretty good. All right, so I like how that looks. See, and it looks gold. I think that turned out pretty good. All right, so I think I'm also going to keep this vellum heart or star right there. I'm going to put it right there. And I'll just leave the other little stars that I cut out for a different time. Different layout. I'm going to carefully put some glue on there so it doesn't show through too badly. And I'll work on this. I don't think I'm very fond of this tape runner. It's something new I thought I'd try, but I don't know if I really like it all that much. I think I like the other tape runner I had better, which was a Tombow, I think, dot runner. I think I like that a little better than that one. It doesn't seem like the dots want to stick on the paper very well. So I've been having some problems getting it to come out of the roller where I'm not feel like I'm wasting it. So this is just called Easy Dots by Scrapbook Adhesives. So, I mean, it's okay. It does the trick, I guess. It's just not something that I'm real fond of. So now I'm going to figure out how I'm going to glue this on. I think I'm going to glue the Wonderful first. I'm going to glue it onto the little vellum circle here first. This is totally off topic, but me and my husband and my daughter went to go see The Showman, The Greatest Showman, the one that is about P.T. Barnum, and it was probably the most fantastic movie I have ever seen. Like, I don't know if you guys like musicals or not, but if you do, this one was super fantastic. Like, I'm telling you, probably one of my favorite movies I've ever seen in my entire life. I was absolutely in love. I could not stop, like, having my skin crawl, you know, like goosebumps with them singing. The singing was phenomenal. The dancing was phenomenal. Oh my gosh, everything about it was so fantastic. If you like any movies like that, like singing, musical type movies or anything like that, you have to see it. It was riveting. It was awesome. It made you cry. It made you laugh. It made you want to stand up in your seat or stand up where you were sitting and dance. Oh my gosh, it was just the most fantastic movie. My husband loved it. My daughter liked it. I mean, I cannot wait to get the soundtrack. I need to download it from iTunes because I loved it that much. And I am not a soundtrack person necessarily, but that movie was fantastic. So I highly recommend it. If you have not already gone out and seen it, definitely check it out. Probably would be better in the theater because it was just one of those movies that, you know, with the music and stuff, it was so awesome to hear in the theater. So oh my gosh, I cannot say enough awesome stuff about that movie. It was so freaking good. So if you have not already, definitely get out and see that movie. It was super awesome. All right, I think I'm gonna actually add some of these stars on this one. I really like these little guys, so I do want to use them. So let's stick one little guy here. And then I'm going to stick one kind of going off the page on this one here. I'm not going to worry about the adhesive. It doesn't show through too badly, especially with it being white cardstock. And I'll just trim off this excess right here. Yeah, I kind of like how that looks. So I think that's really it. I'm going to make, like I said, this one here a flip pocket. So it goes on my album, and then that's pretty much it for day 6. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you have any questions about anything I did today, make sure you leave that in the comments below. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Bye.